Third time to charm in hiring a baseball coach. Why Paul Mainieri the right choice at this time for South Carolina?
Well, I'll go to your comment that you made about third time to charm. As Coach Mainieri alluded to in his comments today in the presser, Coach Holbrook and Coach Kingston won a lot of games here. The program, as he described, is not in the doldrums. They won games. We've been in the situation that he described that, a 3-game swing, a 4-game swing makes a lot of difference in how good or bad you are in this country and in the Southeastern Conference. And changes were made. But to get Coach Mainieri to come in here with his experience, he's a Hall of Fame coach. He's got more wins than anybody in Division I baseball, and the opportunity presented itself. I seized the moment to bring in here with a win-now attitude. That's where he is. He signed a 5-year contract, but he doesn't want to wait 3 years to be good. He wants to win now and trying to figure out a way to get there as quick as possible. So that's exciting, and I know that our fan base and our players as well are going to be jubilant about the opportunity to play under his guidance.
As this past season wound down and you saw what they were doing, when did you decide you needed to make a move? For example, had they won in Raleigh and gone to a Super, had they won a Super and gone to Omaha, would we be here today?
Well, it's hard to say whether we would be or whether we wouldn't be. But, with the way you described it, that's would be a heck of a run for sure. So, I had Coach Holbrook here and Coach Kingston here, and those guys were winners. They won games. It's not like they were terrible, and some years better than others. But, Coach Holbrook's doing a wonderful job at the College of Charleston, and Coach Kingston, I expect, gets back in the game pretty quick. So we made changes, and now we have Coach Mainieri in here to lead the charge.
Is it kind of strange for you to be hiring a guy that you used to compete against, that you used to coach against, that you used to watch his moves in the opposite dugout?
Not really, because it was a unique relationship. When we do talk, it's like we can't stop talking. I mean, it's like we just talk about the game. We love the game. It's college baseball. We'll talk about maybe guys that went to the big leagues or whatever and their careers. We just talk. And when we played each other, yes, we competed, but before the game, we would talk. We would talk after the game. Somebody won and somebody lost. It never affected our conversations or relationship. That is unique. That's not common in college athletics. I mean, coaches today, it seems like in many circumstances, they're not real cordial all the time. And we didn't have that. Now, some coaches I didn't like as much as I did others. They didn't like me as much. But he and I, for some reason, over years, we had a relationship that we just hit it off. And we had great respect for each other. I knew last year he had a chance to get back in. He didn't. And so, I waited for the opportunity as I was vetting some candidates, if this year was right or not. And then I found out during the conversation that this could be a great situation, and I encouraged him to become our coach.
You were thinking about some others at the time you made the phone call to him, because you called him just to kind of seek maybe some advice and some names. What was it in the conversation when it clicked to you that, hey, you know what, this might be possible?
Well, we started talking as we do when we're on the phone. We started talking about different coaches, tenures, times in the game, and one thing led to another. And he didn't leave LSU in a situation where they asked him to, or he just got tired of it. He had some surgery that he had to go through. The first one was 11-month surgery. You can't really run a program when you miss that much time. And he had 2 surgeries. So he was out for quite a bit, but he got healthy. He never played golf in his life. He said he went 15 years without playing golf, and he got, had to go pick up golf, in the last few months. And so, we talked about the final chapter wasn't written. Well, that was music to my ears, because I had a place where you could write a chapter. And so we got together, and his wife, Karen, she encouraged him, let's go do this. This is somebody this is a program that their fan base is similar to the one that we were a part of. Let's go.
Did he first suggest to you in the conversation, you go, hey, Ray, how about me?
Well, no, I think I said, how about you? Where are you with your passion, enthusiasm, and your drive? And, well, that was, what's he going to tell me? I'm done? He wasn't done. I knew he wasn't done. It was just a matter of he felt this was the right place for him. So it was exciting for me. I mean, I told somebody earlier, I thought I was recruiting Drew Meyer at Bishop England, because I was relentless at that point when I realized, hey, I got an opportunity to potentially bring him to the University of South Carolina. And even when I remember it was late one night, I was out, I was up late, and Dr. Amaritas, who's absolutely wonderful, I talked to him. He said, "Where are you in the process?" And I said, "Well, actually, I'm talking to these people, but I have a name that you haven't heard." And that got his attention. He said, "Seriously?" And I said, "Possibly. I'll keep you posted." And so the next time I brought his name up, I said, "We're going to get him."
What should Gamecock fans expect to see in a team coached by Paul?
Exciting. I mean, he expects to win. I mean, listen, I've been around a lot of coaches, and you heard him today. He's not interested in, next 3 years or whatever. He wants to win now, and they got some time the rest of the summer to pick up some players out of the portal, or guys that are transferring, whatever the case may be, and we move forward. But I know our fans are excited, and the fact that he kept Coach Lee on his staff. He's been very well respected here at the University of South Carolina. Even when he was with me, he's been the head coach for 14 years. He brings a lot. Terry Rooney, the young guy, John Henry. So it's an exciting time, and I have no reason to think we won't do well out of the gate.
And Coach Maneri said that when he is finally done, he'd like to see Coach Lee replace him. Is that sort of in your mind?
We never had that conversation. I heard it today for the first time. So, he has grown to really admire Coach Lee in a short period of time. But if you know Coach Lee, that's who he is, and so he's got an infectious personality. He's respectful. He's a hard worker. He's all the things you would want in a friend and a coach and a colleague. So he's recognized that, and he realizes that he's very fond of this school. If that was to work out, great. But I'm going to try to keep Coach Maneri running the show as long as I can.
Coach, thank you very much.
Thank you, Phil.